Alright guys, in this video I'll be showing you how I was able to achieve results fast. This is a 2 week transformation. This was me 2 weeks ago, and then this is 2 weeks after. So basically when I started I was 124.4 and my body fat was 19.3, and after the 2 weeks of cutting I was down to 122.2 and my body fat went down to 18.8. To do this kind of fast cut, basically you have to be eating the right macros for your body type, your activity level, and all of those things. But besides that, you also have to be eating healthy, so that way you are getting your micronutrients in. And as you can see, I look much leaner on the second picture, and I was feeling much better. And this is my transformation over the course of 1 year. I was able to build more muscle. When I first started, I had pretty much like little to no muscle mass, and my body fat percentage was pretty high. And over a course of a year, I was able to build muscle and also lose fat at the same time. And to do this, you have to be eating right, you have to be training right, and all of those things have to be going together. Otherwise, if you're doing one and not doing the other, you're not going to see the results that you want. So in this meal prep, I'll try to help you out with that. All right, for the breakfast, I like to use half a cup of oats with 1 cup of protein nut milk with 10 grams of protein per serving. And from the oats, with half a cup of oats, you get 5 grams of protein altogether. You get 15 grams of protein from just 1 serving of breakfast. And what I like to do is microwave for 1.5 minutes. I like to get the quick oats so that they cook faster. After you microwave it for 1.5 minutes, what you want to do is stir it, and then you're gonna kind of like let it sit for about 30 seconds and put it back for another minute. Now when you get done, make sure that you're watching it so that way it doesn't overflow. Then it should look like this. It's nice and creamy and chocolatey, and it's really tasty, and it's got 15 grams of protein per serving. For the salad, I like to use some black beans, some strawberries, some cilantro, some kiwis. I like to use 4 kiwis and 3 pears, particularly for the whole week. And I like to use 5 to 6 cups of kale. So what you want to do is chop the kale to make it a little more digestible. Then you are going to chop the strawberries as well, just like that, and put them in there. Then you want to go ahead and chop your pears, and I like to cut it this way, it just looks more pleasant. And I like to mix everything in just like that, and I then add my black beans. Now the cilantro, I like to use it as a garnish and incorporate it in there as well. So this is how it looks when it's finished. And once I do that, I like to add some more black beans to each serving, just like that. And I use some Italian dressing on it, just like that. The one that I like to use is the Kraft Italian dressing. And these are the macros. For the sides, I like to do a side of pasta for 6 meals, and I like to do a potato and beet dish for the other 6 meals. So for this dish, what you want to do is cut up your beets just like that, and you're going to cut the potatoes in a similar way. I like to use beets because they're so dense in a lot of micronutrients, and the red potatoes because they are lower on the glycemic index compared to regular potatoes. And I just boil it in water, and a little bit of water just like that. Then I stir it until it's done, and when it's done I portion it into 6 meals, and these are the macros for the whole 6 meals all together. And this is how it looks once it's portioned out.
Perfetto, magnificent.
For the other side, I like to do a red lentil pasta, and I love making this pasta because it's really high in protein. It's got about 13 grams of protein per serving, as you can see, and it's free of sodium and cholesterol and anything that's bad for you, and full of nutrients. It's very dense. So what you want to do is chop up 1 onion and then a couple of carrots and add that in there. So I stir it and cook it with some cumin, coriander, chili, and paprika. And I let it simmer for a little bit before I add my tomatoes. For the tomatoes, I like to use some no salt diced tomatoes from Walmart, which is really low in calorie. So what you want to do is add that in there. I only needed about half a cup of that. Basically, I just used half of the container. So once I stir that in there, then I add my light coconut milk. And this is the one that's kind of lower in fat. So that's the one I like to get. And I add about 1/3 cup to 1/4 cup of that in there, and it makes the sauce really nice and creamy. So that's what you want for your pasta. And once I do that, I already have my pasta boiling. I boil it to like 8 to 10 minutes. Pretty much just follow the instructions on the container. And once I do that, then I add in the pasta, and I mix it in with the sauce just like that. And these are the macros. It makes about 6 servings. So I portioned this out into 6 containers as a base for my chicken dish. There we go. So this is how it looks. The finished product, as you can see, so nice and yummy and creamy. Yeah. The chicken dish, what you want to do is chop up your onion, and you're gonna put it in with some chili and paprika, and along with some gram masala as well. So this is the one I like to use right here. And once you put it in there, you want to caramelize it for about 10 minutes. This is very important. You don't want to just cook it for 2-3 minutes. You want to make sure that you caramelize it for about 10 minutes until it really changes color and looks like this. Then I add in a little bit of carrots, and after that I will add in a can of tomato. This is the one I use. It's diced tomatoes, no salt. It's only 98 cents from Walmart. Then I add in my coconut milk. I use about half a cup of coconut milk for the 2.5 pound chicken. And then what I like to do is just mix it in and let it cook and infuse in there until it looks like this. It's absolutely delicious, and the coconut cream and all the ingredients keeps the chicken really nice and moist, and it just breaks apart, falls apart. It's really delicious. So you can have this over some rice or lentils. For the second one, you just do some peppers, cut up some peppers, and cook the chicken along with it. And this is how I portion it. And you do the same with the coconut curry milk chicken as well. So these are the macros for the coconut curry chicken, and this is how it looks. These are a few pictures of my clients. This one was done over a course of 8 weeks. This is Marina, actually. She was my coworker, but she was my 8-week guide winner as well. So guys, along with a macro guide that details everything you need to know about macros and dieting. So if you want to transform your body, just go ahead and choose your plan from my website. I'll link it down below. If you have any questions, you can either comment your question down below, or you can email me. I have my email on the screen right there. So you can do either of those things. And as you can see, my before picture of my legs, my body fat was pretty high, and I have very little to no muscle mass. So if you want to know some workouts of how I was able to achieve this, you can subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting a lot of workout videos, meal prep videos, along with a lot of healthy eating and healthy living tips and tricks. So subscribe to my channel, like the video if it was helpful. Yeah.